You're able to see my PPT?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No. Just one second. Your entire screen. I'm not able to get that window. Now you can see? No. Now, are you able to see my screen?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No. Now just check. Now just check. No.
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So there is some problem with the screen sharing today. We should go for present now, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Present now, then your entire screen. I'm not getting that window today.
Ma'am, you can reset the link for now.
Where to reset?
Ma'am, you can reset in the Google Classroom.
I'll log out and log in again. Okay.
Yes.
Just one
Okay.
second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Avinash. I think a network issues problems, yaar.
You are able to see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Shall I start the recording? All that we are learning now, it is taking time for us. Students are far ahead than us in all these softwares. Yes or no? Started the recording this week. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Dinesh? Yeah. Yeah. So, yes? Is the voice is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just one second. Yeah. Okay. So, in the first unit, we have studied about just the introduction of a project. Then the concept of a project. What is the difference between project and the production? Then we have seen the classification or the different sectors of a project. Then characteristics of a project. Then roles and responsibilities of a project manager. Then tools and techniques which are used for the execution of the project. So this is a summary of your first unit. Already I have shared the PPT. I need to share it today. Okay. The study material I have shared it in your WhatsApp group. Okay. Today we will start with the second unit. Yeah. Books to refer. Already you are familiar with S. Chowdhury. For the second unit also, totally we are referring the S. Chowdhury itself. And whatever I am teaching, whatever the points I am covering, that is from S. Chowdhury. Herald, I will refer here and there for the case studies. Yerle Srinath and Modi, for the fourth unit, we will refer. Yeah. In the unit 2, we are going to study the project planning and estimating. So in this, first is a project feasibility report, phased planning, then project planning steps involved in a project planning, the objectives and the goals of a project, preparation of a cost estimation, evaluation of a project profitability. So these points I will be covering in the second unit. For you, self-learning is project management bottlenecks. You will come to know after covering all these things, what are the bottlenecks for the project management. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible? Yeah, okay. Shall I let me continue then. Project needs to be fully defined. Before starting the project, you need to define fully the project in order to get the green signal from the management, or otherwise you are not going to get a green signal and your project cannot start. So for that, to get the green signal for your project, you need to study the feasibility study of any projects in detail. So the feasibility study is an evaluation, and it is an analysis of the project or the system that somebody has proposed. So someone has generated the idea, that idea has been put on the papers with all the definitions. So now the project manager role comes. The project manager will be appointed and he will be taking care of the feasibility report with respect to who has conceived that project. So the feasibility study used to determine whether the project is viable or no, whether the project has got the demand in the market or no. The cost wise, the demand wise, the supply wise, the technology wise. So you need to study the feasibility of your upcoming project idea. So whether the project is viable or no, that you need to study. So the project is legally and technically, it should be feasible, not only technically, not only demand wise, legally also your project has to be feasible. Only then you will get the green signal from the management as well as from the government. So the feasibility report tells us about whether a project is worth of investment or not. You are investing a huge amount and whatever the profit margin you are getting is very less. Or to get a required profit margin, the life of the project is too long. Before it loses the demand in the market, you need to get your profit, whatever the investment, principal amount you have invested, that you need to get it back. So that also need to be study. So the feasibility analysis evaluates the project's potential, whether the project is potential, whether it has got a lifespan, how is the demand in the market, how it varies. So that all need to be studied for success of any project. So feasibility study is important step in bringing up the project into the market or your product into the market. So I'll give you one, the feasibility study, day-to-day life also we are doing. Even in day-to-day life also we are doing. Just I will go to the market, I want to purchase a pen. So what all the things I will see? Just anyone can unmute and answer. So I want to purchase a pen today, just offer 10 rupees only. Simply you will give 10 rupees from your pocket and you will purchase a pen from the market, from the shop. What things you will see? Can anyone unmute? We'll start with a small example, day-to-day example itself. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes,
Ma'am,
Am I
validity
audible?
of pen.
Yeah. Valid?
Validity of pen.
Validity of a pen. Okay. Then
Ma'am, brand.
the brand.
Hello, excuse me.
The brand. Yeah, validity of a pen. The brand. Then
Ma'am, the type of pen, depending like if it's ball pen or gel pen, then which is
ball
feasible.
pen or gel pen. Yes.
Yeah, then which is feasible in the
Then?
cost wise.
Yeah, the cost wise, the cost estimation of that pen what you are buying, comparing with the other brands available.
Yes,
Ma'am,
and comparing.
Technically, whether
structure.
it's correct or not, whether the refill has been packed in place, whether you are able to put the cap. If it is a tic-tac pen, you are going to check that loading of the spring and unloading of the spring, whether it works correctly or no. So many things you are going to check when you are buying just a 10 rupees pen.
My
Whether
structure.
it's structure, yes, very good.
Ma'am,
all
the
these
color
things-
of the ink.
Color of the ink, color of the pen. Yeah, all these are the factors which we are going to analyze. What we are doing here? We are analyzing only, no? With respect to the feasibility of buying that pen from that shop. How much budget you have in your pocket? What kind of brands are available? So from your budget, which color you like, whether it works correctly or no, whether it writes smoothly or no, which ink you want, whether you want gel or a ball pen. So all these are the factors you are going to analyze in your mind before purchasing, before picking a pen from the shop. So this is nothing but the feasibility study itself. Feasibility study for purchasing the pen within your budget. So we'll extend little this to the next. When you are taking admission to the engineering, what feasibility study you are doing? Is feasibility study is required for taking the engineering admission or no? Yes? It is there also you are doing with the various factors
Faculty, ma'am.
analysis. Yeah, with the various factor analysis that all the answers will be back to me only. So I have not allowed you to talk. So like this, I gave the example of a pen so that you are analyzing for each and every day-to-day activity. So when you are investing in a huge, in a billions you are investing, in lakhs you are investing for the project. So in that case, it becomes very essential, very important point to go through the feasibility study of any project. Are you understanding what is feasibility study?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So for any projects, whether it is a small project, 1-day project, whether it is your final year project, or it is the 2 years project, or it is a 10 years project, or it may be the lifespan may be still long. For all the projects, feasibility study is required. Even for selection, after selection of your final year project, you are going to study the feasibility study of your project. How? What are the criteria you are going to consider over there? What are the points you are going to analyze? So suppose you have selected fabrication as one project. One has selected fabrication as one project. One more has selected software, some interdisciplinary project he has selected. What are the points you are going to analyze in both the cases? First, we'll study about the fabrication. You are doing a prototype of one new idea. So what points you are going to analyze before you finalize, before you define your project? The technology, what you are using for fabrication of a prototype, whether you are able to do it within Belgaum or you need to go somewhere else. For the fabrication, is the facility in the college campus is available or you need to look after other. The spare parts, where these spare parts are available, what is the material you are using, that all you are going to consider when you are selecting your project. If it is a software project, where the software is available, what is the cost of the software, is it feasible, whether you are able to do the programming by using that software. So that part you are going to analyze. So similarly, for the projects also we need to go through the feasibility study. Yeah, feasibility report. So according to the guidelines published by Planning Commission. So we have a Planning Commission. These are the government bodies. They will give the guidelines when you are submitting your project report. So according to the guidelines published by the Planning Commission, feasibility report should include so many points. Which are those? Okay. First one is raw material, demand study, technical study. In the technical study itself, again 4 points we are going to consider: product pattern, process selection, plant size, and the raw material requirements. The 4th one is location study. The 5th one is project capital cost estimation and source of finance. Next one is profitability and cash flow analysis. And the last one is cost benefit analysis. So when you are submitting your project report for the sanction, for the legal sanction from the government and all, a part of feasibility report needs to be submitted with respect to all these points. With respect to all these points. So you need to go through all these points with respect to raw material till the cost estimation. What kind of a raw material you are using? What is the demand? Without the demand, are you going to start your project? Are you going to manufacture the product? No. You need to do the market survey for the demand study. Or you need to just check the history of the product, the demand for that product, which may be available in legal documents and all. Or you need to study the variation of the demand. So which area you can get more demand. So all that in the demand study you need to do. Technical study, product pattern, process selection, plant size, raw material, and the location study. So if it is a textile industry, you need to look after the plant nearby your, the water, main source of a water. So such, depending on your project, you are going to select the location study. So you need a high skilled labor, then you cannot start your project in a rural areas, or you need to train the people over there. So many other things you need to consider. Project capital cost estimation. You need to prepare the budget, the amount of capital required for your project, and the source of finance. One cannot invest the crores of rupees into the project. He has to look after for the finance, the loans and all. He has to look after what are the sources of a finance. That also he has to study in the feasibility report, feasibility study of the project itself. So after analyzing all these things, if the profit margin is very less, whether is it feasible to start your project? If the profit margin is hardly ranging from 5 to 8% or 2 to 5%, so it is not feasible to start your project. So what is the cost benefit analysis? That all. So in the second unit, half of the unit, second unit half, totally we are studying about in detail all these points with respect to the feasibility report. Is it clear whatever I have done so far? Any queries in this? Any doubts? Anything? Okay. Then shall I move to the next point? The raw material study. The first feasibility report, what I need to study is a raw material study. So the feasibility report need to be done with respect to the raw material, what we are using for that project. Yeah. Raw material survey we need to do it. So for doing the raw material survey, so is your raw material is available as a deposit in the natural form, or either on the surface of the earth, or it is underground in any one part, or it is available in one part of the country, or it is available in a different parts of the country. For that, you need to do all the necessary arrangements to arrange the required amount of a raw material for your project. That means, in general, so is it available as a deposit in a natural form? Suppose you need a cast iron, so you need to extract it from the ore. So like that, is it available in a natural form, or is it available on the surface itself, or it is available underground, any petroleum products and all, or the ore of your cast iron and all. So is it available in only one part of a country, or everywhere it is available? So in that case, you need to do the necessary, by studying this, you need to do the necessary arrangements for what amount of a raw material is required for your project. And what about the transport of the raw material? Raw material is available, but what about the transport? For that also you need to arrange. So the studies would look into not only the quality of the raw material, so you need to look at how much quantity, whether you are able to get the continuous supply of that material from that area, that also you need to take care. So this is the first point what we need to study in the raw material feasibility survey of your project. If the raw material is available in the natural form itself, so where it is available? which place it is available, how it will get transported, what is the quality of that product, raw material, how much quantity of the raw material is required for you, whether the supply of that raw material will be continuously, they will be able to supply you or not. So that all the points need to be taken care in the study of raw material. So that is the first point. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? This is a very simple one.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any doubts in this?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, because, yeah, just give me the examples then. Give me the examples, one or two, available as a deposit in a natural form, and where that raw material is used, in which project the raw material is used, or otherwise what happens? It becomes only one-sided. It's a totally theoretical one. I will call the names. You need to give the Virat Alur is here. Just 1 second. Prasad, Yemi 88. Prasad, are you here, Prasad? Nikhil, Yemi 78.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Just give me any of the examples for the feasibility study of the availability of the raw material. It is available in which form? Give one example for this.
Just a second, ma'am. In the feasible form, in the sense.
Yeah, you are not listening to me then.
No, ma'am. I'm listening. I'm not getting the question exactly.
Now, give me the example for how you are selecting the raw material, how you are going to do the feasibility of a raw material. So, if
Ma'am,
at
raw
all
material.
your raw material is available in a natural form itself,
Wood.
or your raw material is byproduct of something, or
Ma'am,
your raw material may be underground. So, depending on what kind of a raw material you need for your project. So, any examples
ma'am, wood.
for this? Yeah,
Wood for to make papers.
wood. Huh. So, it is available in a natural form itself. So,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
are the products you are able to make with the help of a wood?
Ma'am, papers.
Papers. So, your project is manufacturing the papers.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what is the raw material required for you is a wood.
Yes, ma'am.
So, it is available in a natural form. But what quality of a wood is required for you? How much amount of a wood is required for you? In which area it is available, that raw material? Whether they are supplying that raw material continuously for you, whether it can get the continuously the raw material as an input for your project. So that all need to be studied in detail. Whether the raw material which you are using for your project is it in a natural form, or it is a byproduct. Byproduct in the sense, what example you can give for this byproduct? Anyone? Byproduct in the sense?
Ma'am, iron, ma'am,
Iron.
to make machine tools.
Iron to make machine tools. When you are extracting the steel from the iron ore, yes, so many other metals you are getting. So that will be your byproducts. When you are extracting the petrol from your resources, so many other byproducts you are going to get it. So those So that product, byproducts also may be the raw material for your project. Okay. So in that way, you need to analyze your, you need to study your feasibility of a raw material. So the second is available as a finished product or, that byproduct. Whether it is available as a finished product or it is a byproduct from some operating plants likely to be available in near future from some plant or the plants under consideration. Studies establish availability of a raw material as per the grade and quantity required. Usually, the survey would be made through the desk study for the availability of the reports or through the manuals. So normally the availability of a finished product or the byproducts, so normally we will be having a manual in the governments. So through referring that manual, you will be able to study the finished availability of the finished product or the byproduct. So that also you can go through. You need to study in case of a feasibility of a raw material. Not available in a country, but to be imported. So whatever the project you have selected, for that, maybe the technology may not be available in your country. Maybe the raw material itself may not be available in the country. So in that case, you need to import the raw material. What is the quality? What is the cost? How much amount of a material is required? What is the duties? What is the taxation on that? So after investing everything, after paying all the taxes, what is your profit margin? That also need to be considered. So that means the feasibility of a raw material has to be studied with these 3 points. Available as a deposit in a natural form, either on the surface, whether it is available on the surface of the earth or underground the earth. So if it is available in a natural form, then what is the quality and what is the quantity, which area it is available, which all the regions the raw material is available, what is the transportation, what is the cost of transportation. So all that need to be analyzed for before starting your project. The second point is available as a finished product or a byproduct. It may be a byproduct of some main product also. And whether, if not available in the country, but need to be imported. So your raw material is going to belong to one category among these 3. Can you give some more examples for this? Anyone?
Ma'am, natural form is mica and it is used in making electrical sheets.
Yeah, okay. So it is available in a natural. Which area it is available? What quality is available? What quantity it is available? What is the cost of that material? So like this you need to analyze. Anyone other than Dinesh? Anybody else?
Ma'am, aluminium.
Prabhu? Aluminium. Okay.
Aluminium is available. So now in the preparation of aluminium, bauxite can be used in its natural form. This is done in Belgaum itself, and the products are of the bauxite is taken there from Kankumbi, somewhere that side. And after the aluminium is prepared, the byproduct that is obtained is red mud.
So that means you can establish a project because already the resources are available in and around Belgaum. So for that, you need to put a project for extraction of that aluminium. So then your project extraction is feasible. Your raw material is available in Belgaum, but you are putting the plant somewhere in other state Is it feasible in that case, your project? No. So like this, you need to study the feasibility. So any more examples? Prabhud.
Ma'am, gold.
Huh?
Ma'am,
Prabhud
gold.
Hiremat is here. Prabhud Hiremat. Prem, what is that? Prasad Bandekar.
Ma'am, byproduct gold, ma'am, to make jewelers.
Yeah, byproduct is a gold. Gold is a costliest metal. They are extracting the gold from the ore. Byproduct cannot be a gold. So when you are extracting a gold, some other materials you can get in a small quantities.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Also the auxiliary products like
Yeah, that is
artificial
what byproducts in the sense auxiliary products.
chemicals, pesticides, etc.
That also can be. So like this, any of the whatever the product you are using, no, right from your pen till day to day, what we are using the products, all one or the other raw material you need only. Okay, that all before starting that project, you need to select, you need to study all these points for your project. Is it clear? Have you understood how we need to study the raw material feasibility survey? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, these are the main three things you need to go through and you should analyze and make a report with respect to the raw material. Okay. So exam point of view, this is an important question. Definitely you will have one question out of 1 to 7. They may ask, explain the feasibility study of the demand study itself. Only one bit they will ask, 1 or 2 bits, depending on how many marks the question stands for. If it is 10 marks, it may be feasibility report of a raw material and a demand study, or it may be the location study itself. It is an important point. When you are starting a project also, you need to study this feasibility report with all the things. Even exam point of view also, this feasibility report is very, very important. Out of 1 to 7 points of a feasibility study, definitely you are going to get one feasibility point to be explained in your exams.
Ma'am, even mines can be considered as raw material.
Which one?
Mines.
Yeah, that is what. That mining in the sense what they are doing. They are extracting the metals or the materials from the ore. Yes or no?
Yes,
Gold
ma'am.
mines are? Gold
Yes.
mines are where? Gold
Yes,
mines are in near. Yeah, they are
Okay,
extracting from
No,
the
ma'am. The thing
stones.
is, when they extract, again, they are need to be processed to make a new things, right?
Yeah. After
So-
extraction, then the extraction, the mining itself is one project.
Okay, now the mining becomes the raw material, right?
Then the extraction is a different project.
Okay.
To start the extraction, you need to do all the facilities, no? That becomes your project. Then the extraction of a production starts continuously. Don't get confused with project and the production.
Yeah, okay.
These two are different. Project is, it has got a definite end. When a project ends, your production starts. Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
When you complete your project, production starts.
Yeah, okay.
It is similar products will be manufactured in a production, whereas projects are not identical. Either it may be in size or it may be in the area, or it may be cost wise, whatever, quality. The project is different and production is different. So day to day, our industries, what they are doing? It is a continuous production. To start the continuous production, what all the background study you need to do? Background history, erection of the machines, construction of the plant layout, design, all that is your project. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So any more examples on this? Feasibility report of a raw material. Anyone wants to put their view on this? Raw material may not be all the time a product, it's a material itself, a quantity itself.
Ma'am,
It can be
sugarcane.
sometimes, yes, sugarcane,
Ma'am,
jaggery,
sugar and jaggery.
Manufacture of, you are going to start a sugar industry. Yes, you are planning to start a sugar industry. What is the raw material required for a sugar industry? You need a sugar cane. Yes or no? So the sugar cane, where you are going to start your industry, nearby the availability of a sugar cane or somewhere far away from the sugar cane land? No. Based on that, so in which area it is available, what is the quality of the sugar cane, how much amount of percentage of a sugar we are going to get it from that, what is the quality of the juice we are going to get it. So all that need to be studied in detail for establishing your sugar manufacturing industry. For sugar manufacturing industry, the raw material required is your sugar. Where it is available, which area it is available, how much quantity of how much tons of a sugar cane is available. So whether you are able to get this sugar cane for whole entire 12 months or is there any time for that. So based on that, you are going, and what is the demand in the market? How many other manufacturers are there along with you for the competition? What is the cost? What is the quantity? What is the quality? So all that needs to be studied. Then you will come to know starting a sugarcane industry in this region is a feasible, whether I am going to get the profit or no. For that, we are going to check. So the next one is it clear, the raw materials survey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the next feasibility study we need to study with a demand study. Demand in the sense, demand means what?
Need of a particular
Demand
product.
means, yeah, need for the particular. What is the demand for? Yeah, definitely it is a need for a needs from the customers who is purchasing your product. For that, you need to study you need to go through the market survey. So then you will understand what is the demand for your product and how many brands are already available. If it is a new product, so how you are convincing the customers to purchase your product, or how it is better than the other existing products. For that, you need to have a demand. So raw material is available nearby, but there is no demand where you are manufacturing. Then it is not feasible to start your project. Yes, lot of sugarcane plant land is available, we are getting, but already it is saturated. Already it is saturated. If we are already we have more than 10 industries, all are involved in manufacturing the sugar itself. The 11th project you are going to start, in that case, you need to study for the demand study. Is there any demand of, they are not able to fulfill that demand, all other 1 to 10 industries? So then you can start with your new project. So the demand study, the supply coverage study you need to do. Then what is the distribution after manufacturing? What is the distribution? How you are going to distribute, and what are the channels of distribution? What is the mode of transportation? How you are going to transport your products? What is the mode of package? How you are going to do the packaging of those products? What is the cost of distribution? What is the cost of packaging? All that you need to study. Let me move the slide for the next. Okay. So the demand study, a demand study normally would establish the following: the demand, the supply, the distribution, and the prices. Demand covering uses the product proposed to be manufactured and the prospective consumers and the present consumption and the expected consumption in the future. So while studying the demand study, what you need to consider is what is the existing demand for the product and who all are the manufacturers, what percentage of a market they are covering, and in future whether the demand for that product is getting increased or decreased, or there is a change in demand in the market for that particular product. So that study need to be done with respect to what is the present demand for that product, what percentage of a market is covered by the existing manufacturers to supply that product, and what is the present consumption, what is the present consumption rate of that product, and what may be the expected consumption or expected demand in future. So that they need to study with respect to demand for your product. Can you give any example for this?
Ma'am, time's up, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, time is up. I guess few minutes left
Time
for the
is
next
up?
class.
Yeah, it is 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I was totally into the feasibility report. Okay, let me take the attendance. Let me conclude today's class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And tomorrow we will continue. Okay? Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Done with the today's class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, Avinash.
बोल रहे माँ
अरे भाऊ, श्रीरंग भाऊ.
बोल
Thank you.